Drivers, start your engines.
Man, getting the Vardy engines as we get set for racing here today at Martinsville Speedway. Dylan Young, who has only one victory in his career in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, that came on a short track last season at Richmond, with King Richard Petty driver Joshua Collard on the alongside. An all Pontiac front row here at Martinsville Speedway as the green flag waves were underway here at the famous half mile. Dylan Young jumping out in front here at Martinsville. Keith Batson tries to go by Joshua Collard in the second position. It's got the help from Jessica Shelton in the 9. As Dylan Young is the first lap of the event here, Pontiac being chased by 2 Fords here at this racetrack. Keith Batson goes in the second position, Jessica Shelton in third, fourth Joshua Collard. Mike Becker being shoved to the track by Seth Cole, who takes fifth away from Becker. Becker's in sixth position now. Michael Walton getting back by Joshua Osborne for seventh. And whoa, Osborne is in a three-way situation. He and Zed Weinstein and William Duncan. Weinstein backs off. Now Duncan goes inside for the position. Wise move by Weinstein, as William Duncan will take 9th position away. Brendan Berg follows suit in the 94. And Weinstein's still stuck on the high side, the Daytona 500 champ, as he now falls in the clutches of Ty Dent and Ryan Rollins. So, as we said in the truck race at Martinsville, when you get up on a high side, you never can seem to get down, and that's what Zed Weinstein is definitely finding that out the hard way, as he now gets passed by the one of Trent Dunham, who had a subpar run in the truck race, and actually not really a bad run, 17th, but he now rides a couple positions better than that as he gets by underneath Jordan Newman for 13th, and Dylan Poteet's around at number 31. Poteet was 23rd when this all happened, and he gets just blatantly turned around. Former Martinsville winner himself in, I believe, I think it was season 6 or 7. I don't remember what season he won, but actually, Poteet was the defending champ of this race, actually, from last season. And let's take a look at what happened in replay. He gets tapped from the 17 of Preston Plord, and just blatantly gets turned right into the wall. And Poteet takes a slight pop on the wall. And there's several cars who is all bunched up going into turn 3. Yeah. I thought I saw the 55 of Nathan Hudson go up and make a 3 wide, but didn't happen. But unfortunately for Dylan Poteet, all ends up dire straits for him. It was about the same lap where a spin out happened in the Meliella truck race last race before that. So anyway, Dylan Young has the number 1 spot. Jessica Shelton in second position. She's won at Martinsville before. And so has Keith Batson. So 2 of the top 3 have won at this track before. The one who hasn't is leading the race. Dylan Young has not, as I said, only has 1 victory in this season, in his career in this series. And that came in another Virginia track down at Richmond. As the green flag waves, we're back underway. We're back underway in Martinsville here. 11 in the books and 39 remaining. And no time like the present for Joshua Collard to pick up a spot. Collard gets underneath Keith Batson and takes 3rd spot away. And Collard got a really good restart here. And now here comes Seth Colony inside. Keith's going to try to outbrake him in turn number 1, and he does so. So Batson only drops from 3rd to 4th as Jessica Shelton remains 2nd, giving chase to Dylan Young. And you're on board Jessica Shelton's car. And now from the front bumper came a Jessica's car as she sees the back end of Dylan Young. She rides second right now. And now falls in the clutches of her buddy Joshua Collard in the 43. As Shelton goes high, Collard goes low. Shelton slams the door, says not today, Joshua. Taking through the field here, Dylan Young leads, Jessica Shelton second, Joshua Collard third, fourth Keith Batson, fifth right now Seth Cole, sixth is Mike Becker, Michael Walton in seventh, eighth is William Duncan, ninth Joshua Osborne, 10th position now is Ryan Rollins, Jordan Newman in 11th, 12th is Brendan Berg with a bent-up back end on that car, Trent Dunham in 13th, 14th is Charles Sanford in 24th, Mason Jefferson in 15th position, 16th Ty Dent. Charles Jackson Mayonnaise runs in 17th position, having a pretty good, decent run here. Liam Campbell 18th, Preston Plord 19th. And something tells me Preston's not going to be on Dylan Poteet's A party list after Preston spun him out in turn 2. Nathan Hudson currently is in 20th position. 21st, Zed Weinstein, who did start in the top 10, but got hung up on the outside, if you remember, and lost a lot of positions. Ryan Acosta's in 22nd position in the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. 23rd is Andreas Allen. Chris Washer in 24th, and Batson in 25th. And this is who not having as good a run in a cup race as she was in the truck race when she finished second. And Ann about to take 24th away from the 14 of Andreas Allen as he goes way up in the high side. Loses spot again to Hayden Jefferson, who tries to pass Andreas Allen. Hayden currently in 26th, make that 25th now. And now Andreas falls in the hands of Kate Culp in the 27th spot, followed by another Buick and another girl, Stephanie Gardner. Henry Kavanaugh in 29th, not a good run for him. Eric Powers in 30th, 31st. Kyle Matthews 32nd. Mason Powers. Dalton Day currently in 33rd. He started dead last, and looks like he maybe dropped back there again as he gets passed by Jasmine Acosta in the 7. The truck race winner, Cameron Gadoo, currently 36th. So quite a contrast from the cup race to the truck race to the cup race. Cameron dominated the truck race, won the event, and now as it goes in the cup race, running almost in the back. Trey Campbell in 36th position, Dylan Poteet 37th, and Johnny Gardner right now dead last in the field. But Dylan Young has opened up daylight between he and Jessica Shelton for position at the moment. Here, Dylan Young just got the radio on. He's got the... If Dylan Young's already got the radio on, one arm propped on the roll bar, and just watching the scenery go by, I guess you might say, at this racetrack. As we're past halfway home, 25 down the books and 25 to go. Make that 24 to go now. Number 2, Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac out in front. So you got Pontiac in first position, Ford in second, Pontiac third, Ford in fourth, and Ford in fifth, with Keith Batson as Seth Cole has gone past Keith for fourth. Seth not really known for his road race, for his short track prowess, but so far has done pretty well here. He didn't have a good run in the truck race, but He has done very, very well here so far today at the half-mile paperclip. Keith Batson running very strong right now. He's in 5th position. Keith having a pretty good start to the season. He finished in the top 15 in the truck race. And now looking pretty strong here today in the Cup race. Joshua Collard in 3rd position, number 43 STP Pontiac. He's also run the 43 in many other series that uses the Gen 6 mod. So far, having a steady ride with the Richard Petty Motorsports team. Jessica Shelton, the only 2-time champion in the series, number 9 Coors Melling Ford, and doesn't seem to matter what color she's driving here. She always seems to excel in this series. It seems like. Right now in 2nd position at the moment. But still watching Dylan Young get smaller and smaller from her vision as he's pulled ahead to a rather substantial lead over Jessica Shelton, looking for a 2nd ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. He won, as I said, at Richmond last season. And now Johnny Gardner sends Dylan Poteet back to last place. Here. Now you're riding along with the leader, Dylan Young. Started from the poles, led every lap so far. Unlike what happened in the truck race where Ian Batsons started from the pole, led the first few laps, caution flew, spun the tires on the restart, and lost the lead and the race to Cameron Gadoo. Dylan hopes that does not happen here today as he's catching up on lap traffic, but I don't think he'll catch up to him as it'll be 14 laps to go this time by. And I'm trying to think here. I think Pontiac has won only once this season. That came at the Daytona 500 where Zed Weinstein won the event. Now those 3 cars, Joshua Collard currently the quickest car of the 3 at 95.45, Shelton at 95.28, and Dylan Young at 95.38. As he comes by, 38 in the books, 12 laps remaining in the event. Fourth remains Seth Cole. 5th remains Keith Batson. Mike Becker remains in 6th position. Michael Walton in 7th. William Duncan in 8th position. And William having a pretty good ride so far with the Hendrick Motorsports number 25. Joshua Osborne in 9th position. 10th is Ryan Rollins as we now have 10 laps to go in today's event. As always, a very quiet race at Martinsville, Virginia. Of course, reason why boring or not, though. Some of the tracks they run on the Sprint Cup schedule has to be running this series. And Martinsville is just one of those races. Eight laps remaining for Dylan Young. Taking beyond the top 10, Jordan Newman in 11th position. 12 still Brandon Berg. Charles Sanders gotten around Trent Dunham for 13th. Dunham in 14th right now. 15th is Mason Jefferson. Ty Dent 16th, 17th Charles Jackson, Liam Campbell 18th, 19th Preston Plord, and 20th is Nathan Hudson, and who's now about to have Zed Weinstein on the back bumper for 20th position. And Batsons moved up a couple spots. She's now gotten around Ryan Acosta for 23rd, as she now pulls on the back bumper of Chris Washer at 98. There's the rest of the order at the moment. And there he saw, when he was looking at Dylan Poteet, we saw Dylan Young. He's closing in on Poteet at the moment. And Dylan Young about a half a mile an hour faster or so. But anyway, as I said, don't think he'll catch Poteet in those final 4 laps in the race. He'll be 4 to go in this time by when the race restarts. Or when the race ends, I should say. But I tell you what a victory this will be for Dylan Young if he can hold on. Though he's had a okay start to the season. Not good, but okay. As you remember in the truck race, he had a very dismal run there. But he's turned his fortunes around in this series, and is now hopefully for him 2 laps away from victory. Jessica Shelton remains in second position by quite a margin. Just a half a turn separate Young from Poteet. As I said, I don't think it's going to matter here. As they come to the white flag, they have 1 lap remaining in today's event. Sometimes in a boring race day, there's really nothing much to talk about, as you well know. White flag for Dylan Young, the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft opponent for Penske Racing. Number 2 seems to be a lucky number for Poteet here lately. He always seems to do well with that number, and he's done it today. All 50 laps led. Dylan Young wins the STP Gas Boosters 500 here at Martinsville. Started pole, led every lap, wins the event. Dylan Young takes the title. Jessica Shelton second. Third, Joshua Collard. Fourth, Seth Cole. And 5th position to Keith Batson. Average speed 85.069. And boy, Young was driving away 1.4 seconds of margin of victory in today's event. He showed a lot of muscle here. Gave me the top 5 already. 6 was Mike Becker, Michael Walton at 7. 8th is William Duncan. 9th, Joshua Osborne. 10th position, Ryan Rollins. Jordan Newman finishes in 11th position. 12th position will go to Brendan Berg, Charles Sanford, Trent Dunham, Mason Jefferson, Ty Dent, Charles Jackson, and Liam Campbell 18th, 19th Preston Plord, and 20th was Nathan Hudson. There you see the rest of the finishing order here here at this race. And Dylan Poteet, who cost the only yellow flag in today's event, last place there, not what he wanted, especially after coming off a win at Bristol at this race. But a big win for Dylan Young, his second Castrol GTX Cup Series victory in car number 2. And showed some muscle in Martinsville. Indeed he did on that one. Dylan Young has the points lead right now by 4 points over Jessica Shelton. Mike Becker in 3rd. 4th is Zed Weinstein. Keith Batson up to 5th place in the points. 6th position is Liam Campbell in car number 6. Dylan Poteet drops to 7th in the points with that dismal run. Michael Walton currently in 8th position. 9th is Charles Jackson. And 10th is Dalton Day, even after he finished way back in the back in the event. William Duncan currently in 20th right now in the points chase for that solid run today at this race at Martinsville. And on down to Mason Jefferson, who currently right now is in the basement in today's event. Talladega is next on the tour. The Aaron's 499. Don't miss it.